I am Red Cyclone! Aria!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on, world?
Chillin', Merc. How you doing?
I bought a lot of shit yesterday, and I shouldn't have.
Okay. Now, I saw the evidence, so you can't. We can't. If we talk about it now, I don't think you can hide it. So
It's not what I hide. I'm pretty proud of it. But you know what? I'll give credit to Jack. Jackie don't care. She's just like, yeah, that you work hard for your money, you get what you want. So at least she's very understanding with that.
Now, which one do you want to talk about first?
Okay. So shout outs to the Popcorny podcast. I was on their cast yesterday. We did a recording for their Clash of Classics. So pretty much it's like a tournament it's like a pop culture tournament. You pick a bunch of people, fight each other and stuff like that. There's characters of the likes of like Morgan Freeman, God, and Bruce Almighty to like The Mask and shit. So it's going like that. There'll be more details on his podcast, so definitely check out them out on Popcorny. It's on SoundCloud. Anyway, I went over there to record with them, so we went to Long Island, and I was hanging out with Tommy most of the day, and then he was like, you know what, let's go to a couple Targets, see what we can find, do a little figure hunt. And lo and behold, we found the horror version of the Turtles, the April O'Neil, the Bride of Frankenstein.
Now, was that one that you did not pre-order?
You know what? I canceled all my pre-orders because I was able to find them. So I was like, all right, I don't even need to wait to order. I'll just find it. I got lucky with this one because I kind of wanted to see if I would find something in the hunt, because I usually would just pre-order it. So while Long Island usually their targets are a lot better than the city ones, they get a lot more shit in there. So lo and behold, we found it in our first attempt into one target. We found the April O'Neil.
Okay, that's cool.
And so I grabbed that. It looks super dope. It has the likeness of the chick that played her in the first movie, so that's who it looks like. And it's the Bride of Frankenstein. I'm actually excited for it because I really want to open them up and do a little Halloween display for Halloween. So I might still do that. I don't know yet.
Okay. Huh?
I also found the Mikey with Chun-Li, the Street Fighter cross Trinity Mutant Turtle figures.
So, how many came out at the same time?
Only
Was
two.
it those two?
Only those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm hoping there is the other two with Raph and Donatello, but Mikey's with Chun-Li. Chun-Li looks kind of weird, but she looks like Chun-Li, but like Ryu.
Does she look like Marvel Infinite Chun-Li?
She looks like she's more American than she is Chinese.
Okay.
That's what I'll say. Like her eyes are not as squinty or like not as she has really wide eyes. So I was like, yeah, that's not Chinese. But I was like, okay. Other than that, the figures are dope. I like the box display and everything like that. I might actually do open them eventually, but they're pretty big too. They're kind of tall, so I was pretty happy with it, and I was able to catch that. And then Tommy treated me to a figure because when he does host people, he usually buys a gift. So he got me the ECW One Night Stand Rey Mysterio with the WCW title. Well, the world title.
Okay, that's what that's from.
Yeah, so that's when he fought Psychosis.
But was Psychosis the champ?
No, Ray was the champ.
Oh, okay.
Ray was the world champion at the time.
So he gave Psychosis a championship match?
He was just part of the ECW One Night Stand, so they fought in the One Night Stand.
Oh.
Or what? I actually, you know what? I think it was the Sabu match. On the box it says Psychosis, but I think he wore that during versus Sabu. But I'm not sure. I actually gotta Google it. But other than that, he read me that, and it was actually a really cool figure.
I
It
like
has
the
like an old school vibe to it, but
Who-
also has the robe.
Who's the company that made that one?
This is Mattel. It's part of their classic line.
And that's about how old?
Came out recently.
Oh, okay. All right.
Um,
See that one? That looks very different because I don't think I've seen that one recently. That's
so,
cool.
he fought Sabu with that gear.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now. He fought Sabu with that gear, and he was the world champion at the time. Because when he brought Psychosis, he wore his current silver gear. So yeah, he fought Sabu in that match. Still, the box is wrong.
Oh, that's a good start. All right. Well.
Yeah, the box is wrong because they stated it was against Psychosis.
Okay. Okay.
But it's a really dope figure, and the fact that it kind of is his old school gear, and it was a newer version of the old school gear, new mask and all, and it had the robe and everything. It was cool. Kind of looked like a boxing gear. The robe, anyway. But I unboxed it on their podcast. I actually did a ASMR unbreaking because I just broke it out. I was like, I want to open it, so fuck it, because the box was already messed up, so it was really bothering me. So I just opened it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm
Do
very.
you have a Rey Mysterio corner?
No, but he's one of my favorites, so I definitely I got a representation of him on my little shelf. My shelf required actually on my shelf right now. I have the Fiend, I have Io Shirai, I have a Becky Lynch, I have a Asuka, I have a Kairi Sane, I have Santo Escobar, the figure you got. I got that out of the box. I got Mustafa Ali, I have Buddy Murphy, I have Balor, I have Alexa, and I have the Major Bros.
Okay, cool.
And the WWE Turtles.
Who were they again?
So
I don't remember.
Yeah, so WWE did a Playmates team up with the Turtles, which are based on the 2012 Turtles more than anything. The first wave was John Cena, was Leonardo, Sting was Raphael, Taker was Donatello, and Macho Man was Michelangelo.
That is a selection.
It's dope. They're dope. They're so dope.
It's funny though.
I gotta get more pictures of them because they're really dope figures. They have like the accessories, like Donatello's bow is the shovel for Taker. Sting has the WCW title with him. John Cena, Leonardo has the spinner belt and shit, and they're quite big too. They almost match the size of the elite figures.
Oh, okay.
So
That's cool.
Dope. I still gotta get the wave 2 of them, but I've been seeing it's way too expensive now. But one day I'll catch it on a sale because wave 2 had Mikey as Piper, it had Leo as Balor, I had Raph as The Rock, and it had Donatello as Ultimate Warrior.
Okay. Okay. So then you got was Zangief last week? Now this week was King?
Yeah, so Zangief I caught on sale. I caught a good sale on Zangief, and it ended up costing me only $40. It would have been 70 something, but I also had like Amazon gift card. I had my Amazon money on my account, so I got it down to 40. King dropped to $70.
Okay.
And he's a $130 figure, and I was like, you know what? Fuck. I jumped on it. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see that price again. I 100% will not see that price again.
Was that also Amazon or was that somewhere
That
else?
was through Amazon as well.
Okay.
I got the last one of that company that was selling it.
Oh, that's okay.
It was the final one.
I see why you
And I was like, damn, like I got it. And yo, it's so dope. I really want to take him out and actually put him on the podium and take pictures. So I might have that on the TikTok page of Marker and the Mic and actually take pictures. But yo, he's so dope. And then him and Zangief are like the same scale. So Zangief's a big motherfucker. Like he's humongous. Like shout outs, if you go to my Instagram, I have a picture of all the figures that we kind of took out and stuff like that on the Popcorn Cast. There's a picture of like the two Hulks. Zangief makes Hulk look small,
Okay.
and them Hulks are huge.
Mhm.
They're like 10-inch figures and shit. So I'm excited to like see the Zangief because he has like big ass hands. He has like 4 different faces.
Oh, good.
He has like the crazy face with the mouth open. He has the serious face. Yeah, he has multiple faces. King doesn't. He just has his regular face, but he has like multiple hands and he has the cape. So it was really cool. I was actually like, I kind of did a dive and see if they actually made the Okada King figure to see if it actually exists. I definitely would have probably looked at that as well.
Okay.
But it's so dope. Storm Collectibles, they have a fucking style. This is a dangerous thing too, because that now I'm looking at through those figures and I see a lot that I want, and I'm like,
Yeah, they're all really good. I really want the Golden Axe ones.
the Golden Axes look dope.
And then I saw they making Devil Jin. And
They
I'm
making Devil Jin.
I should probably wait.
They also did
that
Streets of Rage. I think they did Axel.
Yep.
They did Axel. They did a bunch of Mortal Kombat ones. There's a lot of them out for Mortal Kombat. They did
Yeah, they did the classic ninjas. Yeah.
They did Johnny. I think Johnny Cage has one. Kotaro has one. Goro has one. Shao Kahn has one. Liu Kang. There's multiple Scorpions. There's multiple Sub-Zeros. They did some of the other ninjas like Reptile, because Reptile's one of them on sale on Amazon. So they did a bunch of those. They did Street Fighter too. Street Fighter, they have had. I seen the Ryu in person. I kind of want the Ryu. It's based on the Super Street Fighter Ryu.
So it's a different color.
It's the basic color of Ryu, but the figure, the style, the way it looks like Super Street Fighter Ryu.
Okay.
Ken, they did. The Kid did Guile. They did Ken. They did Borog. They did Chun-Li. They did Cammy. They did Bison. They did Honda and Zangief.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of them they have done already. But they're so dope, and the boxes are so clean. But I so want to open them, and there's a chance I may open them today. So stay tuned.
Are they resealable? Like the way?
Yeah, you could slowly like cut the box open and shit like that. Like it's kind of like the Super 7 ones. Like, you could slowly open it and like you could put them right back in the box.
Okay.
So I may open it. They're so dope. But yeah, I got that king. Yo, I couldn't stop thinking about the figure, and I'm like, damn, I want that figure. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I mean that's probably like one of the best designs of that character, and the way they do their figures is really good. So I know why. Yeah. I still want to get it myself.
Zangief itself, I got for our cast. Like, that was the main reason why I wanted that figure, because now I could like play around with him and do like poses with him and make like a little sticker of the RedCycloneInc page and stuff. So I kind of wanted to play with that. So I was like, all right, I got that mainly for our cast, and the fact that is RedCycloneInc it's pretty much based it on Zangief. So the King, though, I kept looking at it and I was like, damn, that's just a fucking dope fucking figure.
Yep.
I don't think I think Tekken 3 had figures.
Yeah, I don't think they were great though, because I think they were kind of like the old school, not too much articulation figures. I would have to look them up.
But I remember they had. I think that was the last time I remember Tekken having figures. Was that?
I think they had. I think they only had statues.
Yeah.
Like for the games, I don't think they did figures.
Tekken.
And then I don't think. Yeah, nah.
Oh wow, yo, he just went up in price.
Okay.
So King is like 120 right now.
Makes sense.
Who made this one? I'll tell you the company that's making. So there are figures, but again, you said the articulation and stuff is not really there. There are figures that are available though. Storm Collectibles did quite a few. They did regular Gen Kazama, and now I'm looking at that and I'm like, kind of want that one now. Goddamn, why am I looking at this now? I'm gonna stop.
I just noticed I was looking at the page for the latest ones, the latest figures that they made in particular, and I'm like, they just made the random bad guys from Golden Axe. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
They did.
Why these? But why they look so good? You're like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the Storm Collectible fucking Jinkazama. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, I still think that the new Cybot is probably the coolest one.
new Cyber is dope.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I definitely remember these Tekken figures. I found
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
They did I remember Ho Wong being a fucking being a shelf like there were so many of his figure on the shelf.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, they're dope. So Storm Collectibles got some like good figures. Like they look really good, and I'm very happy with this king. But now I'm doing the mistake and looking through the Storm Collectible figures now, and I'm like, damn it. So who did these? Ho Wong had one. I remember Eddie Gordo had one because I think I had the Eddie Gordo. Zai Lee had one. And I think King did have one too. So, but they dope. But the Storm Collectible, they have Paul Phoenix. I see him.
Yeah, see he's coming up for pre-order. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Jin. Alright, I need to stop looking at this.
You can get a LeBron James figure.
Huh?
I said you can get a LeBron James figure.
LeBron James. That's the new starting lineup figures from Hasbro.
Okay.
They're okay. They're just a little pricey. They're like $50 each.
No, this one is a different brand. This is on
It's probably the same people
Let's
that
see.
did that Jordan one.
New Space Legacy Mafex.
Okay. Yeah, they did
Number
Jordan
197, LeBron James. So it's the Toon Squad LeBron.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Get that.
I don't like LeBron like that.
You can get the RoboCop.
Yeah.
They also made a RoboCop.
There you go.
I think that's the one you showed me that it has the battle damage one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's out now. No, it's still for pre-order.
They just want to take all my money. No, thank you. All right. Yeah. So that's what I have. That's all the deliveries I got.
You know, the Robert Pattinson Batman figure looks really good too.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. McFarlane's figures are pretty good. If it was a McFarlane figure, the Matrix, I forgot the company's name, but they make some good stuff as well.
But I will say, so since we got that, is that everything that came in? Because no, we do have Batman related news. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have Gotham Knights.
yes.
It's okay so far. Like, I'm not gonna go saying that I hate the game because I'm still kind of like messing around with it. I have little gripes with it. One being the motorcycle feeling extremely slow. Like I feel like the motorcycle drives like a Mario Kart.
Okay.
And it's bad because, alright, so before playing Gotham Knights, I've been playing God of War. And you controlling Kratos is like fucking controlling a real life tank. Like, you feel his movement. You feel how when he throws the Leviathan and comes back, you feel all those interactions. This one, I feel like they could have done better with the making you feel the character with the vibrations and stuff, with the motion sensor controller and stuff like that, because I feel like the motorcycle is just you driving a motorcycle. You don't feel it on the controller. You getting hit. You don't feel it on the controller.
So this is the difference between a game made specifically for the system
Yeah, that's true.
and a game that was possibly made for an older system. So you can really tell.
2 generations back.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a small thing. But in reality, because of what the PS5 brought to the table,
Yeah.
with the controller, it's actually not a small thing because it's supposed to be basic with all the new generation games.
Yeah, so I have a feeling, but then also I was playing God of War before this, so basically I got like perfection in what a controller should feel like to this. The gameplay is simplified. I think I'll say the gameplay is simplified Gotham, so it's simplified Arkham Asylum. So it's not as complicated as Arkham. Like you don't need to know all the movesets and stuff like that. This one has like one button and then one hold button. And then you also have the wheel of the other other abilities you have.
Let me tell you a secret about Arkham. The cheapest thing you could do is learn how to use the, what do you call that? The bat, the thing that he sprays, the bat symbol.
Yeah, the C4.
Yeah, learn how to use that in the middle of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it throws the the enemies around is hilarious. That makes that game 20 times more fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Is there an equivalent? Is there an equivalent to like an explosive thing that throws the enemies around like that?
Not really. Well, I haven't unlocked it yet.
Okay. All right, you have to get back to me on that one.
Yeah.
I need to know.
But so far it's good. The first mission I did was Harley Quinn. Well, you kind of have to start a mission, and you're trying to figure out like who murdered this dude, and after that you kind of go into Harley Quinn's mission, which I'm doing now, and that's where I'm kind of left off on. I tried all the characters. So far I'm digging Batgirl, like combat style wise, because I think she's a bit more Arkham like Batman. But with Tafas and shit. But other than that, like I've been digging her. Honestly, I dug most of the characters. I don't think they're all not. I think they all played decently. Red Hood was fine. Robin was fine. Nightwing was fine as well. It just depends. It just depends on how you want to play.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad.
But yeah, but it's alright so far.
I'm gonna hold on for a sale.
Yeah.
And we'll check that out later.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of people streaming it. Shout outs to, I think it was Kitty.
Yeah.
/ Unruly playing that. And I was like, you know what? Let me just actually watch somebody play it. And that's not just immediately saying it's trash. I'm like, all right, let's see what's good and let's see what's bad. I see like he was playing on PC.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, we don't have to worry about the 60 frames things because you can get that and more.
Yeah.
But there was also some people showing that it does have, and I guess this is just dependent on your system, your hardware, performance issues.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it would eat up the frame rate because as you turn the camera around, it just starts spiking, and I was like, that's ridiculous. And like, so basically, it's a poorly optimized game.
Yeah.
So like, well, all right. So then I just wait till there's patches and stuff, and hopefully they don't give up on it. You know what I mean?
That's my thing too. I think there's a lot of things it could be fixed with updates.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the game doesn't play that bad. Like a lot of people are like throwing this in the burn fire, like, oh, it's just terrible. But you also realize this is not a Arkham game, and when you're playing this, put that in mindset that this is not an Arkham game, because I think that's where people are getting pissed off at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's its own entity. It's its own game, so let it be its own game. Other than that, like the gameplay, I'll say the fight mechanics are pretty solid for so far that I've been playing. Like it is very responsive. It does everything I needed to do. I wish they actually had a combo count, because it like the Arkham had it. Like you be doing nice combos and shit, and you don't know how many hits you got. Like I actually wouldn't mind that, because it actually gets me wanting to not get hit and shit, you know. So I wish they actually had that count, you know.
Do they have bonuses? Well, have you seen how deep have the character progression? Like, what kind of stuff can you learn?
So this one, you know what bothered me about this in the beginning? The gliding you don't have right away. You have to like earn it.
Really?
I'm like, y'all been Batgirl, Robin, and all that shit for more than 5 years. Y'all should know this shit. Why am I having to find this shit out? Like that's like Batman 101. You should be knowing how to glide with your cape. You have a cape on. You should glide. But they all have you have to unlock it, and that really annoyed me. And I was like, yo, y'all should know this shit.
Is it a tutorial type thing, or is it?
You have to unlock it by tutorial. Like you do the tutorial for it and everything like that. But you have to unlock it.
Okay.
So you have to do a bunch of missions before you actually get a hold of it.
Okay. So that requires you. Is that like, okay, learn how to spin your first point?
Yeah. Probably more
So,
than that because I still don't have it yet. So and I already spent my first point.
gee, all right.
The
So you got
motorcycle,
a little ways to go. I
yeah.
got you.
The motorcycle, I just wish it felt faster. Like the thing with the motorcycle, it sounds like it's going so fast and it's going so slow. Because I got a taxi cab like passing me, and it's like, yo, what the hell? Like this is supposed to be like a fast motorcycle. This shit's slow as fuck.
I saw in the gameplay from the dude stream that he had this really, really cool, and they tried to make it like the perspective and stuff of the monster that he was chasing because it was like a clay monster.
Yeah.
And it's very early on, so it's not like a spoiler or anything, but like they had it going through the city and they had him chasing it on the motorcycle. So it was framed well, so it didn't look bad. But then it had a jarring moment at the end when he jumped off a ramp, landed on top of a roof,
Yeah.
and the motorcycle came to a stopped on a dime, and then his character model just was standing on the ground. The motorcycle was nowhere to be found. So there was literally lack of impact. There was no
Yeah.
motion. There was no motorcycle. I was like, so we just got a nanotech? I was like, what?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess, but
And then they have like weird freaking like
that just felt
treasures
weird,
like
man.
random around. Like they have chests everywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
there's random chests everywhere. Like you had one near. So this was one that made me laugh, and it was actually quite funny. So there was a chest right near like an ambulance, and you see the actual ambulance people like taking care of somebody, and the things you take out is like medical supply.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yo,
What, you
that's
supposed
supposed
to give it to
to.
him?
The guy's dying. You taking medical supply. So I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
That's okay. Are they all smartly placed like that?
They're really placed. I'll say more weird
Okay.
than smart.
Okay.
But I do like the fact that you can switch up characters, so they all kind of like build up within each other.
Mhm.
So you build one up, you build them all. So at least it's that you're not grinding each character,
Good. That's smart.
because that would have been annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like I played the multiplayer like very small, but it worked pretty well. It involves you and your boy or whoever you're playing with have timing with each other. You could do a lot of cool double team moves.
I did see some of the I think it was like a grab
Yeah.
from behind, and then I forgot what character it was. The one with the guns.
Yeah.
Red Hood. Yeah, he had the character in a chokehold, and then the other person was playing as Robin, and he did like this drop kick that looked messed up. I was
Yeah.
like, that looks OD. Like those look really good.
Yeah.
So I think they took the time to mocap those very well.
Yeah.
So that's all right. That's cool. So there's some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's just got a little bit of stuff they can
Yeah,
fix.
I feel like there's a lot of things that could be. So I'm just hoping that these developers don't do what Avengers did.
Okay.
And this is the one thing that I'm saying that is very close to Avengers. Is just how they move. They move like the Avenger game. Like they kind of blocky and they kind of like robotic when they jump and shit. But I just wish. I hope they put the effort into when they do these updates, because this game has potential to be good. It just needs work.
Okay.
So it's not bad. Like I won't say it's a terrible game. I just say it needs work. It needs a lot of work.
Has your initial score changed?
I will say right now it's like a 6.5 out of 10.
All right.
I feel like if I go, let me see how more of the story I go in and how long it takes to finish it and stuff like that. How how the platinum works and things like that. That'll probably go more into my judgment. But right now standing at 6.5. It was a 7. Like I was gonna say, I actually thought it was gonna be an average 7 count like reviews, but I was reading some of the lower ones, and a lot of the lower ones were more the fact that, and one thing that kept bothering me is that they kept comparing it to Arkham and not letting it be its own game. So that was my only thing. But then again, also the fact that you have WB Games doing a Batman game is almost always going to tie up with Gotham, with Arkham.
Okay.
So that's like the only thing. So every time I saw a bad review, the first thing I always saw when in the writings is like, oh, but Arkham Asylum, or Arkham City, or Arkham Knight, and I'm like, yeah, because you're going directly into what it should be connected to Arkham Asylum, which it's its own game. So I say try to review it as its own entity. That's it. So right now it's at 6.5. Might get more if I get more to the game, but right now I have an average. I'm like iffy with the game right now. So I'm still gonna play it.
All right.
I'm still gonna try to go more, and I'll see if that changes.
All right, as long as you didn't hit a wall yet.
No.
So.
No, I have not. Yeah, that's my gaming thing. And
Okay. All right. I did. I guess before we go into the movie, the last thing I really saw that was like a big thing this week was Capcom put up a Resident Evil. Another showcase. Like it's funny because they just did one like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, but this was specifically just 8 and the 4 remake. Well, and they teased the other game in the middle. There's like a multiplayer like survival thing that's supposed to come to one of them.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's supposed to come to 8 as well. Like you can beta test for it now.
Yeah.
Well, coming soon. Today is the 23rd. I think it might be today. Okay. Actually, because this was last week when they announced all of this stuff. So it might be starting either later today, like in Japanese time. I guess it's like 4 p.m. today for us. Will be around the time because that's usually where like the Monster Hunter updates happen.
Okay.
So it's very soon, but they're testing for that. If you already own 8, did you get 8 or no?
No. I haven't played 8.
Did you play 7?
I did play 7. I like 7.
Like 7? Okay. So for 7, I noticed they did a lot of DLC that was actually well received. So I think because 8 sold like almost as well as Monster Hunter, like it was crazy.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. So I guess they're gonna continue to support the game because I know they did another trailer for the character, which is like Rose or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole other mode that I'm just talking about called RE Verse or something. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm like, damn, they got more support than I think Resident Evil 2 did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's kind of crazy. But then speaking of the remakes, they showed another trailer for Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's gonna be a remake and not a reboot, which is good.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I think what most people wanted. They showed the Merchant. And he looks like the Merchant and sounds like the Merchant. I don't think it's the same voice actor, but it's pretty close, and you know that voice.
Nice.
So the small details they nailed it. The little guy, the little creepy guy that doesn't grow up or whatever with the Napoleon outfit. They showed the new version of that character. Like if you look in the trailer, it has a bunch of flashing images, but you could see some other people. You could see the Spanish dude that befriends you. That's not crazy. Named Lewis. Like you see what he looks like now. I think you can see the main bad guy. Yeah. But with the hood on, so you don't see his face clearly. But that's kind of his thing in that game. He's always got the hood on. Yeah. They showed Ada. So like they showed all the main stuff. They have Leon walking through the house and stuff. So you see, it's not one for one. Yeah. And then there was one thing that has not been confirmed, but everybody's going crazy, picking apart the trailer because there's a part in the beginning where there's a dog. That's like in the lore, the dog is a throwback to another Capcom game. Okay. But in Resident Evil 4, there's a dog you help out of a bear trap, and then the dog saves you later. Okay. So there's a part in the trailer where it looks like there's a dead dog on the floor, and it's like Leon's like, "Oh man," and I'm like, they're like, "Oh no, they killed the dog," and I'm like, "Listen, man, sacrifices got to be made. I'm not sitting here on team you. I hate you because you killed the dog. Listen, you got to do what you got to do because I can't. To be honest, this is probably the one remake I thought was never going to be a real thing. I thought Capcom was going to go bankrupt before this thing got made. You had to realize, I think the time when they announced this was the time like a Street Fighter, before Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
And you saw how that turned out in the beginning. It was like, ooh, I don't know if I trust this Capcom to make this game. So what I'm saying is, I'm surprised this looks good. So good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Everybody's upset about small details. I'm like, this looks pretty good. They showed him they gave him a parry move, which is ridiculous. They showed him parry the chainsaw with a gun.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, go dumb. I don't give a shit. Because again, the whole thing, the reason why people like this one more than the other ones, is because this is the one that started with him roundhouse kicking people and suplexing people later on.
Yeah.
It's a dumb action movie game. It's not supposed to be super serious.
Yeah.
The character says one-liners all the time, which is if you ever actually, I wouldn't say just watch a playthrough of it. I would say play Resident Evil 4, but if you just watch the videos of this game, man, it's dumb. This fucking game is dumb. So that's the entire thing. No, I don't think they tried to smarten it up, and that's good, because it didn't have anything really offensive. So it was just stupid. It was just macho one-liners and things blowing up, and Ada being an unnecessary asshole. I don't know why she helps you and then tries to kill you, and then betrays you, and then at the end of the game she gives you a key. It's real stupid.
Okay.
It's real stupid.
Okay.
So, it looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. Silent Hill got shown this week too.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one because I don't know if I want to play it.
It was 3 different games.
I think it was 3 games in a movie, which the movie I expect they make one of those every 5 years. So
okay, so that came out as well.
I think haven't we seen one of them,
2
right? We actually saw 2. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think there's 3, right? Exist.
No, this would be the 3rd movie.
That would be the 3rd. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm glad people were they didn't believe it would ever happen, because how Konami's reputation, they don't care about games.
Yeah.
But then I think the thing is, also Capcom, I think a lot of those people that were around during that heyday probably aren't really there anymore. Because it seems to be people making different decisions. You just bought the Turtles pack, right?
Yeah.
And that's Konami. So that means somebody over there is you know what, we should start putting out games. So good. I just hope they're good. I am not a huge Silent Hill person, but I know that is like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
It has a big following. So go ahead. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah. It did look interesting.
I'm just gonna tell you, Bert. Before the whole game, Konami not making games things went down, before they got that reputation, they made some really, really bad Silent Hill games.
Yes.
And I don't mean from a artistic or the story sucked. I mean they messed up the ports or whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot of the games were really, really bad. They were unoptimized. They bugged out and stuff. And I was that's, you supposed to be a AAA publisher. Yo, what's up with that? So I just hope they don't do that again.
Me too. But it's nice seeing that it's getting some love.
Mm-hmm. And there was one other horror franchise that made an announcement. I don't remember what it was. I think it was it Dead Space?
The remaster is coming, and then Callista's Protocol is talking shit to Gotham, saying, "Oh, we got 60 frames per second." Goddamn, they didn't say nothing to you. God of War comes out, it's oh, we got 120 megahertz per second. Jesus, why y'all saying this now? Y'all just fucking with Gotham. Y'all got beef?
Oh man, yeah, I forgot. I said the Callisto Protocol. That was messed up.
I was yo, y'all targeting them. I was we gonna fuck you up.
You know what's messed up? I never thought about it this way, but if you think about it the Sega Genesis does, Nintendo type
Yeah,
days. Like, yeah, maybe they don't do it no more, but the other companies do. That's
yeah.
messed up.
That should make me laugh. Oh, before we go in the movie, I did see Black Adam this week. So we did
Okay.
Jinkies. It
No,
was
all right.
Lady
So
Lakeisha.
can you confirm? Is it America's #1 movie?
Well, it is now. Like it's breaking. It broke DC's records. Yes.
All right.
So
Is it better than Justice League?
I will say if you're give the movie a chance. I actually thought the movie wasn't like I enjoyed the movie. I thought the movie was good. The Rock's portrayal of Black Adam. Black Adam is a stoic character. So what he did with the character, I was 100% fine with. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Some of the CGI choices and some of the just the image choices was just weird because there was times. This is a little spoiler, but I don't care. So there's a scene where the Rock is Black Adam is kind of explaining what happened and what gave him the powers and how he got the powers. So one of the stories that tells you they didn't tell you the whole story, and then he lined up being a different person than what you think he is in the middle of the movie. So when they go to the past, they they put like digitalized Rock's face on someone skinny. So he's like small and skinny with his big ass face. It just looks fucking weird.
Okay, gotcha.
And it was just a funny reason or like a funny thing to do. I was like, yeah, that's a weird choice to do. I did shout out though because they had a Black Adam before he became that character that he was skinny. Became Black Adam was his son, and his son was he was the Black Adam. It was the guy that plays him in the Young Rock that plays him as Rock. And the Young Rock, that's the person that played him. So I was like, you know what? That makes sense, and that's his son and shit. So I was like, that works. That kind of works. But still, I don't need to see Rock's face on a skinny, small guy because it's just fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I couldn't take it serious. I could Google him because his face kind of looked mad weird. So that was one thing that threw me off on it. But I'll say this: Pierce Brosnan was the fucking man in that movie. He was freaking great. Dr. Fate was amazing, and I loved his story and things like that. I wish they had more stories for the other characters and actually kind of put you in a way to learn the character, but they don't do that whatsoever. They automatically have like Hawkman has mad money, and you're like, how the fuck you afford all this shit? And that's my mentality. Like, where are you getting all this money for this shit? Because they don't explain his past or anything like that. But the action scenes were really good. Some of the scenes that when Rock was just going fucking nuts and just like fucking people up were hilarious. Like he'll punch some dude outside up like so far up and then just let him fucking die. So those are scenes like that was actually really funny. But other than that, like it's an enjoyable movie. I'll say it's better than a lot of like about half of the DC movies that we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say it's better than Batman vs Superman. I say it was better than the first Justice League, the first take of the Justice League, not the Snyder cut. I say it was better than a lot of those, and it's very entertaining. I think the humor was fine. I think it was a little too much, but I think it worked with the film. I thought it was good though, so I recommend watching it. Like at least watch it once. Like it was a good movie, and it shows some shine that the DCU is still alive.
Now, do you know if they're gonna keep these people? Are they gonna keep this universe? Or is this the one-off?
That's what they're trying to do. Because if you go into the ending, which The Rock did spoil, so I'm not spoiling anything that no one else did. The Rock spoiled that he got Henry Cavill back to play Superman for the end credit. He 100% said that to an interviewer. So I was like, yo, he spoiled his own damn movie. But they do in the ending and credit is Superman that shows up, and so they kind of like hinting that there are going to be a Black Adam versus Superman eventually.
Okay, so that means they skipped Shazam. Yeah. I'm sad.
Well, Shazam is getting a sequel.
But like I thought Black Adam was gonna fight. I thought this movie was gearing up to fight Shazam.
Nah, well, you know what? Who knows? Like we don't know where the sequel is gonna go.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we could see something.
But that was my thought process. Was this movie was coming out to introduce the character of Black Adam because it would, if they put him in the second Shazam movie, they'll be like, who the hell, or why the hell?
Yeah.
And then So that's what I thought the process was, and it might still be right.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
So it was
Scott
good.
Steiner does not agree.
It was
All
a good
right.
movie though. I recommend watching it. It was good. Wakanda is in 2 weeks. I can't wait for that. Wakanda for
Scott Steiner, he does not care.
He does not care. He's like, fuck them. They don't do nothing for him. He's the superhero. Anyway,
He is the big bad booty daddy.
the big bad booty daddy.
So
I really gotta stop looking at this Jinkazama from Collectibles. Do they have a
just
website?
wait for us. Wait for a sale
Yeah,
on a different website. You'll find it,
Storm Collectibles.
or somebody might be selling it. Who knows?
I just want to see what they offer. I want to see if they have a website and I can see what they have.
Hmm.
Oh damn! Yeah, new Cyborg looks solid. Looks sick.
Yep.
They got a Mike Tyson.
Not for $240. He don't, but yeah, he looks sick.
You saw the Mike Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
shit looks cool. It's a statue, I think, though.
It might be a figure. I don't know. The level of detail that they pack on their figures is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, Mia from King of Fighters.
It's like if they make a character, you don't have to worry about the face being weird. It's because the way they do the face is like, okay, they just actually take the inspiration that they're going for, whichever version that may be,
Yeah.
and they'll put that as the face instead of trying to approximate the face, and you end up with the Caucasian Chun-Li. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
The Borok
It's
looks
good.
super dope.
you mean Mike Tyson? I mean, no.
Yeah. No, actual Borok. It's Borok.
No. All right, so we can get into 300.
Yeah.
That is the
Before I
movie for this
spend
week's.
more money.
Yes, sir. That's how he's about to come back, so he might cut me off.
Yeah.
300 came out in 2006. It is rated R. It is an hour 57. Maybe like 3 minutes shorter, I think. They inflated for the credits. Let's see, the release date in the US is March 9th. I see.
Yep.
It is directed by Zack Snyder.
Yep.
We just talked about Justice League. There is a Zack Snyder cut of a Justice League movie, right?
Yep.
I don't think I watched that one. That one came out in 2021, and that is not the version we watched.
It was like 4 hours long.
I don't think I will be watching that version of that movie.
Eventually, it's on our list eventually.
Oh, come on, man. All right, we gotta take it in like 2 weeks then. We can't
Yeah.
just do it in 1 week.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? The Snyder Cut version of the Justice League, they kind of have it episodic. Like they have it
Okay,
in frame
alright.
that you could watch episodic.
Well, that changes things a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. What? Okay, so before this, he was basically music videos and a version of Dawn of the Dead, 2004.
Yes, Dawn of the Dead. He did the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
But post this movie, he did Watchmen. He
Yes.
did Sucker Punch, which I was so disappointed by that movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Man of Steel,
Man of Steel. Justice
and
League.
then, like we said, Batman v Superman, and then Martha, and then also Justice League, and then he recut it to tell the full story, which I don't work. Damn, well, why we gotta watch that anyway? So basically, he's DC's guy on a certain. If they call him for certain things, he's the big deal. Basically, he's handling Justice League. He's handling Batman, Superman. So that's the top characters.
Yeah.
So the writing credits here are Zack Snyder, Kurt Johnstad, Michael B. Gordon, not to be confused with Jordan, different guy. And for the graphic novel, we have Frank Miller and Lynn Varley.
Yep.
Did you read the graphic novel?
Yes.
I have not.
I will say this movie is very close to the graphic novel.
Do you know if Frank Miller hates this movie?
No,
He does.
he
not.
was producer on it.
Okay. All right. I always
Frank Miller
have to
likes
ask.
his movies.
I'm just not. I just, I have
He's
to-
not
I have
Alan
to
Moore.
ask. Because I always wonder if the comic guys like or dislike their interpretation.
Oh, he had a big hand in this movie.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. And this one stars Gerard Butler as King Leonidas.
Yep.
Lena Headey, not Headley, as Queen Gorgo. Did not know her name was Gorgo.
Yeah.
Dominic West as Theron. David Winham as Diolus. All right. Vincent Reagan as Captain. Wow, he didn't have a name. Holy crap, that was an important character, and the man did not have a name. Michael Fassbender as Stelios.
I forgot he was in this movie.
Tom Wisdom, yeah, me neither. Tom Wisdom as Astynos. Andrew Pleven as Daxos. Andrew Tiernan as Ephialtes. Yeah,
Ephialtes.
Listen, if you ask me to say anybody besides Xerxes, Rodrigo Santoro as Xerxes. That's it. That's as far as I go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody else. Do you know the where was the Hunchback?
Oracle, Kelly Craig.
Oracle girl. She had one scene, but I guess it went on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, what was his name? You remember?
Which one? Or Kurgan?
Kurgan's his name?
Kurgan. He was the big monster.
No. The Hunchback.
The Hunchback. That was you said his name already. He was Andrew Tiernan. Ephialtes.
That was him.
That was him.
Okay.
Yeah. You look at his face. You can see it.
Yeah. I see it. Okay. I thought it was Quasimodo. I was like, wait, Quasimodo's in this?
Quasi.
Like, wait a second.
Quasi. Hey, Quasi.
I mean, it's the same character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except
But he betrayed them.
He betrayed the. Yeah. No. He went for wealth.
Yeah.
For women and one more thing. A uniform.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, crazy. That's crazy. He just wants a uniform. He just wanted to be needed.
Yes.
The damn shame.
Anyway. His hunch prevented him to lift the shield up.
His hump. Yeah, I mean, he said. Listen. It wasn't like he was hating. You just couldn't fulfill the need. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You want to get stabbed in the head? Apparently, you want to get stabbed in the hump. All right. So, again, this does have an original story, but what it boils down to is King Leonidas of Sparta and a force of 300 men fight the Persians. Not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
The Persians, all of them.
Yes.
At Thermopylae in 480 BC. From what I know, I think this has some type of historical significance, or it's a tale. So maybe while it might not be accurately, 100% accurate, it's one of those things that gets told because there's maybe like, okay, maybe King Leonidas was a real person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he did have a force of 300 men, and they had a reputation. But did they really hold off thousands and thousands of Persians and build walls made out of bodies? I don't think so, right?
In the comics, they did.
No, I'm saying
in
like
real life, they were known as ruthless, probably one of the ruthless armies. A lot of people didn't want to fuck with the Spartans.
No, but I'm saying, but did the Spartans kill? I'm talking about in one battle. Like I'm talking about for this type of thing. Do you think that's real?
From the Mythos, yes. From like the historians, like if you actually read about it and shit like that, they that's what they did.
Apparently, they killed all these people.
They were savages, and they were very fucking mean. That was an army that no one really wanted to fuck with either. Because they were very strategic and they held shit down.
They invented what's the name of the formation? The Legion? No.
The Legion, Trojan? No, that's not Trojan.
I think it's the phalanx. There you go. That's what when they spears up and all the shields up.
Yeah.
And you cannot penetrate the phalanx, and then you just get stabbed up.
Yeah.
See, what I think would have changed the tide of battle is guns, but there were no there were no guns. So um, so the main thing though this does try to do is they characterize the each of the people that really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
So you get to know King Leonidas, you get to know his queen, you get to know like two of his supposedly trusted advisors and stuff. But then one of them turned out to be a snake and a sellout.
Yeah.
They try to give you a little bit of insight into Xerxes, but not enough to really know like what is his actual belief.
Yeah.
Because he at one point during the movie, close about 2/3 in, they have a meeting and he goes on this speech and he says his belief is so strong that he's willing to die for her. And I'm like, yeah, but what the hell do you believe in?
Yeah.
Just booty in the tent and golden statues. That's it. And your boys look fly, and then you put all the ugly ones with the masks on. I see how you. Okay, I see.
I see how you do.
But at least you let them fight, because you recruit the hunchback. And I'm like, well, I mean, listen, if he's gonna kill people, and take you to the Persians, I mean, take the Persians to the Spartans, basically set everybody up. Like, all right, I'll do it dirty. So again, you kind of can't really get to know all the characters they show, even though they're supposedly important.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it sets up, like I said to you before, I give the movie credit for the story parts of the movie set up the events, and then they give you most people's motivations, like at least on the Spartan side.
Yeah.
Because that's what they mostly can do. Because remember that the movie is being narrated by one of the Spartans.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, it's like, well, somebody lived and saw all this happen.
Yeah.
So like it's recorded history in that way. So and then the how the certain people acted behind the scene, how the guy took the gold, and right after the meeting that Leonidas had with the oracles, he just showed up with more money and was like, I got you.
Yeah,
you could just tell them whatever good job, you told them what we wanted you to tell them. It was like, so damn, from the beginning of the movie it was a setup.
Yep.
So like all right, okay, they did the legwork, and all right, so you at least understand why these things happen, where these things are going. It was like, there's not everything was a twist out of nowhere. So like, all right, this wasn't one of those movies. So I'm like, okay, I give it that. Not everything was the best. Not everything I thought with the talking was the best well acted. It seemed like they wanted to go between having everybody be a dramatic character, but then there was some characters who do just realistic people. I'm like, I don't know if you fit in this world.
Yeah.
You're not eccentric at all. You know what I mean? Like everybody almost down to Leonidas had like some type of strong personality trait. And I was like, okay, I appreciate that. Like the soldiers that stood out, they stood out for a reason. You know what I mean?
And there was some some of the visual ideas of this movie was really dope though. Like the way it looked, it just looked really cool.
So who do you give credit to that? Is that Snyder?
That's Snyder style.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then that's kind of one of the other things that like helps the movie like progress, is how they visualize the things from the moment in the beginning that became a freaking meme before memes, this is Sparta, and that kick in the hole.
Yeah.
But you saw them set up every little thing, and then how he had like an important, you almost forget too, because it became such a thing, the kick, that he had like a super important like moment right before that too.
Yeah.
Because the guy tells him, the messenger from Xerxes tells him, you careful what you say, this might be the last thing you say as king. And I mean he was not wrong. You know what I'm saying? He kind of weren't wrong, because he left that day, he ain't come back. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I like it got a lot of crap too, like afterwards.
Yeah.
I guess because a lot of bros attached themselves to it at that time.
Yeah.
It was I mean, I get it. Wasn't it about fraternity? That's kind of what the whole movie was about.
Yeah.
So.
Where's scoring on your list?
I give it a 3.5.
3.5. So your 3.5s consist of Josie and the Pussycats, Ghost World, Constantine, American Splendor, and History of Violence.
And what's at the top?
History of Violence.
I can put this on the top.
Alright, cool. 300. 3.5. And I will give it the same. I will go 3.5 as well, and I put it on my number 12. That's over League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Our next movie on this vast amount of movie list, we have V for Vendetta.
I believe I have only seen this once.
I believe I also only seen this once. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing it again. So V for Vendetta would be this week's movie. Next week we have X-Men Last Stand. We have Superman Returns after that. Zoom Academy. So just pretty much our October. The rest of October just sucks.
Nothing scary? Nothing scary at all? Just a bunch of like disappointment?
Doo-doos. It's a scatter of doo-doos. So yeah,
Just
so
we have poop emoji.
Yeah, so we have V for Vendetta this week, X-Men Last Stand next week, Superman Returns. I think we'll kick off November. Zoom Academy, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man 3, and Fantastic Four should finish out November. And then December we will start with Underdog, 30 Days of Night, Jumper, and Superhero Movie.
Okay, all right.
There's a lot of different variety of movies.
Yeah.
So. All right. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. So thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud. That is Spotify. And we got a WordPress. So check it out. And where you at, Merc?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, all Merc with the Mic. I also follow my TikTok of Merc with the Mic. It's on TikTok, and I've been posting a lot of photography stuff. It's also on my Instagram and Merc with the Mic as well, so definitely check those out. Give me some love and follow. I'm actually building it pretty well. I already passed like almost 2,000 people, so yeah, check it out. I'll probably be posting King and Zangief later on today, so definitely check those out. Shout outs to Tenacious T, Toss to Grow Up, wherever the man with many names. His corny podcast is on Spotify as well. Give it a listen. Send a middle finger to him. Send I sent you. Him and his buddy Jeremy do that cast, and they do a lot of pop culture and stuff like that. So definitely check it out and send them some love. And then always remember, follow the Jinkers.